Hi, and welcome to Rowlett on the Water on the Move. I'm Todd Gottel.
And I'm Lynda.
And welcome to the February edition. This show is produced entirely by city staff and can be seen on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and streaming video on Rowlett.com. Lynda, we've got an action-packed episode today.
We seem to do that every month, Mayor.
We have quite a bit going on. We're going to start talking about the Stage 3 drought conditions that we're in. We're going to talk about the news and provide everyone with an update on the gun range. And we're going to take you on the NTTA George Bush Turnpike grand opening ceremony. And finally, we're going to wrap up by showing you a little bit about, we're actually going to go on some tours, 4 different tour facilities. So like I said, action-packed today.
You betcha.
So let's start talking about the Stage 3 drought conditions. Let's get right into the news. And I'll tell you, this is something that's extremely serious. And this is something that we've looked at for a long time. You and your staff have done a very good job at studying the situation, and the bottom line is it's bad. It's extremely serious.
Well, it is. 2011 was the driest year on record. It was the second hottest, and I think we'll all agree with that, with 70 days of triple-digit heat. But the city of Rowlett buys its water from North Texas Municipal Water District, and the district relies on rainfall to fill up their reservoirs. Another issue that makes the district's situation a little more serious than perhaps what you're reading with other water providers like Dallas is Lake Texoma, which makes up 28% of the district's water supply, is unavailable due to zebra mussels. Zebra mussels are an invasive species which are prohibited from being transported across state line by the Lacey Act, a federal law. Well, North Texas Municipal Water District has the majority of their pumping equipment in Oklahoma along the edge of Lake Texoma, and that's why this particular reservoir has been taken offline at this time. It was anticipated that the North Texas Municipal Water District Board of Directors would vote to go to Stage 4 at their January 26th board meeting. However, we were fortunate. We had rainfalls in December that certainly helped bring up the lake levels, not to what they need, but they made a difference. And the National Weather Service is predicting that the La Nina weather pattern will dissipate in April or May, and hopefully we'll go back to more normal rainfalls. So recent projections show that the drought may not be as dire as once thought, but that will keep us in Stage 3. And I do want folks to appreciate Stage 3 is still a very, very serious situation. The North Texas Municipal Water District is going to adopt their water restriction recommendations at their January 26th board meeting in light of this new information. And we'll be communicating with you during the months of February and March regarding what these water restrictions mean to you. So please stay vigilant. Please continue to treat water as the scarce resource it is, and we'll be out there talking to you an awful lot about this.
Well, our citizens, Lynda, have done a really good job in conservation. We are one of the best cities in the Metroplex. And the bottom line is at the end of the day is we all need to contribute. Every single city. You bet. It's not just this is not a Rowlett issue. This is a regional issue. So. You bet. Our next topic, Lynda, is one that's really serious. This is something that is very disturbing to anyone in our community, but this really affects an entire neighborhood and individuals. It's a lawsuit that's been filed against the Garland public shooting range. This is, it is amazing when you hear the story. And why don't you provide us with some updates?
I'll be glad to do that, Mayor. On Monday, January 16th, 2012, the Rowlett Police Department responded to 2 homes where bullets had physically entered those homes. A bullet had penetrated an exterior wall and several interior walls at a home on Duchess Way, and another bullet had actually gone through the roof and landed on the floor in a home on Fairix Drive. And fortunately, in both cases, there were no injuries reported. But this is the 3rd incident of this type that we're aware of. Michael Domain was injured at his residence on Duchess Way when a bullet struck him while he was working in his backyard in 2010. The city now has knowledge of stray bullets with the potential to do serious injury on 3 separate occasions in a 2-year period of time. This neighborhood is located about a mile away from the Garland public shooting range. And recognizing the concern for the personal safety of the Rowlett residents in this neighborhood, the city has moved as aggressively as we can move, given the fact that we're a bureaucratic environment. Therefore, the City of Rowlett filed a petition for temporary and permanent injunction against the gun range Thursday morning. James Day, owner of Garland Gun Range, was officially served with this suit Friday night at his home in Central Texas, just 4 days after the incident was brought to our attention. A hearing has been scheduled for Tuesday, February 7th, 2012 in the 95th District Court in Dallas at 10 o'clock a.m. The mayor, myself, and several senior staff members met with residents in the Castle Hill subdivision recently. We are encouraging their participation in the process by attending the court hearing, and we wanted them to know that we share their concerns. This is a very serious situation. We appreciate that, and the city will do everything that we can to partner with those residents to bring back their peace of mind.
We take this entire situation very seriously. You know, this is something the entire council and city staff is very concerned about, and we're going to see this through till the end.
You bet.
Let's talk about something in a little bit more of a positive news, and that's the mayor's State of the City address. Or the State of the City address. I actually addressed the council on January 17th, and I updated the community on all the events, programs, and progress happening in the city of Rowlett. This year we did something a little bit different, Lynda. We actually did the State of the City address in a video presentation, and that was a lot of fun. I want to thank Drew Rist and Denise Perrin for all the hard work that they put into this. It was a long effort, but Drew made it look really good despite the number of takes that we had. This way, we actually took the show on the road, so we can show the citizens instead of just telling them. It also gives the audience a chance to view it and, of course, watch it again and again. I hope they do. I'm glad when I say that. Please don't watch it again and again. So the State of the City address is playing all month on RTN 16 on our specially programmed time slots. And you can, of course, find that daily at 11 a.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. It's also available 24/7 on the city's YouTube page or going to Rowlett.com. Scenic Point Park. It was a great day. This is an opportunity for all the citizens to provide their input into the park as well.
Well, you know, that's true, Mayor, and actually this was our second design day for Scenic Point Park. We did the first day, if folks will remember, the Saturday before Thanksgiving as a part of the holiday parade. Our second design day was held Saturday, January 21st. Latera Studios, who is the consulting firm that we hired, held their presentations again, and they had a plethora of maps, pictures, and presentations that we hope helped you, the community, make an informed decision about the best use of this park. We were delighted with the turnout. We got lots of great ideas and input, and the design of this park works as a part of the Realize Rowlett 2020 program, Mayor, that you and I have talked about. The healthy living area is where Scenic Point Park is actually located, which is really at, I'm going to call the foot of 2 Mile Bridge on the Rowlett side. But we are delighted to be doing the Scenic Point Park project in conjunction with the Realize Rowlett 2020. You know, during this time period, we also had a joint meeting with the Parks Board and the Keep Rowlett Beautiful, and talked about potentially merging the Environmental Learning Center with the Scenic Point Park. And for people that are aware of the Environmental Learning Center, it has a 10-year history here in the city of Rowlett that was conceptually determined to be located at a park that we have on Chesa Road, and it was exciting for all of the groups to get together and talk about the possibilities. And I think there were a lot of ways that the Environmental Learning Center could be tied with the Scenic Point Park, and over the coming months we're going to work through that and meet again and see where that goes. So it's all a really wonderful opportunity to kind of get some synergy of a number of things going on in the community.
Well, I think the Scenic Point Park, I think the location is just a phenomenal location. You know, when you look at the Environmental Learning Center today and its placement, and if I had an opportunity to move that somewhere else, I don't think you could find a better area. And I think that all are excited. Keep Rowlett Beautiful. I think Dan Roberts, who's really he was really the one that it was really his idea, and it's been his vision. And I think this location really helps to tie a lot of that together, especially being on a lake. You know, I've had a chance to walk that bridge before, and 2 miles each way is a long way. I'll tell you, I don't think you realize that until you're out there.
There's nowhere to get off when you get tired.
No, that's exactly right. And you realize, and of course you're looking down, then you look up and go, oh boy, what did I get myself into? Then you get to the other side, you realize, oh, I parked all the way back there. But one of the things when I got back to the Rowlett side, it is such a beautiful area for Scenic Point Park. And I think that, you know, us having something that would truly be the entrance in our community is really going to make a big difference and says a lot about our city. And I think we need to capitalize on the beauty or the natural beauty of that particular area. So I'm really excited about
well,
this
you know,
project.
I am too. And one of the things that we've talked to you about over the past several months is Realize Rowlett 2020. And we're in the process of gearing back up for phase 2. We're going to be focused on the healthy living area, which is really around Lake Point Hospital along the 66 corridor. We're going to be focused on Woodside Living, which is an area north of Liberty Grove between the Turnpike and Waterview. We're going to be looking also at Signature Gateway, which we used to call our entertainment district, but it's the point if you're going north on PGBT coming from I-30 and you look off to the east, it's that point that sits out there on the lake. And then we're going to be focused on Old Town. Really visioning how we can redevelop downtown in anticipation of Drought coming in 2012. So we're looking forward to your input. Stay tuned for ways to participate. We hope that you'll join us on our Facebook page, Realize Rowlett 2020.
Our Facebook page, that's pretty cool. We're really up and coming. This is good.
We are.
We are utilizing the technology, and I love that about this. So let's talk about the new look for the broadcast council meetings on RTN 16. This month, the broadcast, the city council meetings, and planning and zoning meetings are getting a new look, thanks to Drew Rista and Denise Perrin. I'm really looking forward to that. We've upgraded the cameras to give you... Oh, that's... I don't like that. Upgraded the cameras, Lynda. I don't know about that. But we've upgraded the cameras to, of course, provide a lot better angles that we had, or than we had before. We have more camera coverage on the work session, which is terrific, because sometimes it was very difficult for people to see.
You know, Mayor, and that is a good point. And the reason that we had to go to upgrade our cameras is I don't think people really stop and think about going from analog to digital, what that meant to the technology. And so by having a television station and using this as one of the more important ways we communicate with our citizens, our technology really just got obsolete. Folks don't service the equipment that we had loved and used for years and years and years. So we had to upgrade our technology and literally get in the 21st century.
Well, I look forward to really the ability to have PowerPoint presentations and videos as part of the meeting, because there are a lot of times when we talk about things, and I always wish that it would be on the screen behind us, or Drew could put it on the screen and show it. And with the editing capabilities that we have right now, to be able to broadcast the meeting and to be able to have them share in the PowerPoint slides really ties a lot of it in together, because it makes a lot more sense when you see it.
Well, it does, and that's the one thing that I'm sure you hear, I hear as well, that citizens that watch our council meetings and our P&Z meetings at home, they can't see it. They're in the back of the room and they don't know what's on the screen, and it's very frustrating when important information that would help them understand the issue better, they can't see. So that's the great thing about this, is it's really going to improve the quality of the information that we can share with our citizens. We all have a pledge for open, transparent government, and we believe this is a great way to help do that.
It certainly is. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be doing a tour of the community center. I'm looking forward to that with new extended hours. We're open Saturdays and Sundays as well. So.
Well, you know, one of the things that I do want to share with folks, in lieu of some of the commercials that we've been running, we're using this month to actually give you tours of the facility. So during the break, you'll be taking the tour of the RCC, and one of the things that I'm sure the mayor wants you to know about is our extended hours at the Recreation Center. That's his favorite thing.
And memberships are about $10 a month for individuals. You cannot get a better deal in town.
There you go. We're going to be doing these extended hours through March. So we hope you'll stay tuned and you'll take the tour of the community center, and when we come back, you'll want to join too. We'll see you then.
Hi, I'm Matthew Mon. I'm a recreation aide here at the Rowlett Community Center. Come on in, I'll show you around. Whenever you first come into the center, make sure you take your community center membership card, scan it right there. When you hear the beep, that means you're okay. This is Kathy. And if you ever want to sign up for a racquetball court, we have a sign-in sheet here. We also have flyers about everything going on up here at the center. Now I'll show you the fitness room. This first section of the fitness room has a lot of lower impact machines. These are ideal for people recovering from surgeries, the elderly, or just anybody that wants to cross-train and try some different types of workouts aside from just the treadmills and ellipticals that we have along this wall. And right along here, we have a lot of the weight machines. Lots of, they really target all the different kinds of muscles from your biceps, triceps, backs, pretty much anything you can imagine. Down at this end we have a lot of the free weights, and we have a lot of guys that like to work out quite a bit. Usually they stand around mostly. But yeah, any type of weight, you know, we have light weights, heavy weights, pretty much anything you can imagine. Also, we have a guided bench press machine and a free weight bench press machine, along with an ab bench, preacher bench, pretty much any type of bench you can imagine. Now I'll show you the racquetball courts. Right here we have our 2 racquetball courts that I mentioned before. At the front desk you can sign up for time slots, 30-minute time slots. We have 2 of them, 1 on each side. And also right down here at the end of the hall, we have our Gym B. Some nights we have volleyball set up in here. We have leagues that make every season, usually about every quarter of the year we have a different volleyball league. Usually that's all set up in here. And in these 2 restrooms right next to our racquetball courts, there's a full shower. There's 4 showers and a locker room where you can store all your personal belongings. You can either bring your own locker or rent one of them from the front desk. And here's our aerobics room. This is where we have our jazzercise classes, our spin classes, Zumba. On Saturdays we have a jiu-jitsu class. There's 12 bikes in here, lots of pads for martial arts. The stage where they do the jazzercise, real nice sound system. And down here we have our downstairs gymnasium, which is also used for basketball. And above it we have an indoor walking track that is 1/17 of a mile. The entrance to that is right to the right of the front desk that we saw when we first came in the building. And now you're probably thinking, what can my kids do besides just basketball, since, you know, they're not too into weightlifting right now? Well, over here we have a Nintendo Wii that you can check out the remotes for up at the front desk. Also, I don't know if you can hear the ping pong right now, but we have a ping pong table, air hockey, foosball. We have lots of different activities for the kids. They get a little competitive. This is the child's play room. During certain hours of the day, we have someone in there to watch children while you work out, in case, you know, you have a busy schedule. To the left of the front desk that we saw when we first came in the building are 4 rooms, A, B, C, and D. All are available for rent for weddings, bar mitzvahs, pretty much anything you can imagine. I'll show you one of the rooms right now. This is room D. I think it has the best view of all the Pecan Grove Park outside. And when you reserve a room, we have tables, chairs, setups. You know, you can choose different layouts. We can set it up. We also have a dance floor, a sound system. So you might be wondering what activities we have going on at the Rowlett Community Center. Well, if you're ever wondering, grab a copy of our Lakeside Leisure. It has all of our programs in it, prices, hours of operation. Pretty much everything you need to know about this building is in this book. And for easy reference, you can also check out rowlett.com/Lakeside Leisure. It has an online version of this booklet. It's updated each quarter of the year, so make sure to check it out. Now, if you're like me, you're going to sweat quite a bit when working out, so feel free to grab a complimentary towel right on the side of our front desk here. Just make sure to drop them off in the basket before you leave so we can wash them. And when you're grabbing one of those, we also have lots of information from our CERT, from the Citizens Emergency Response Team. Lots of pamphlets on different information there. And also right above that, we have a television monitor here that advertises local businesses, and they show off their products and what they have to offer. So make sure to check that out too. The Rowlett Community Center is one of the cheapest ways to kickstart your New Year's resolution. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Come on in and see us.
And we're back. What a wonderful facility. I love the community center.
I know you do, Mayor, and we need everybody to go down there and take a tour and join.
It is one of the best kept secrets in Rowlett.
You bet.
I want to share some great news. I know everybody's aware, but I want to talk about it again. PGBT is open. The Turnpike is open.
We've only waited 45 years, Mayor. We're delighted it's open. Absolutely.
And Lynda, I'm only 45, so it was just a vision at some point. So it is very, very exciting.
It really is, and I have personally experienced the fact that it has cut about 7 to 10 minutes off of the commute. And I know a number of our citizens that use Rowlett Road as a way to commute have commented that it has certainly helped the traffic on Rowlett Road, and it's helped their commute. So whether you traveled Rowlett Road or you now take the Turnpike as residents, I think you're seeing a real benefit from the opening of.
And as they get through their punch list, and I see more and more of our roads getting back to normal and really opening up or being expanded for that matter, it really has cut down the commute even internally inside Rowlett a lot. I can tell you neighbors of mine are extremely excited. It cuts 15 to 20 minutes off a neighbor's drive to downtown, just because of the commute, having to go down Dow Rock and cut down through 30. They're extremely excited. So it definitely is a huge convenience.
Well, it is, and that's a lot of time that you get back every day.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And it really has transformed our community. You know, when asked about what does the Turnpike mean, it means opportunity for our city. You know, it's really transformed our community and offered connectivity to the entire Metroplex. There are people traveling through Rowlett that have never been through Rowlett before just because of the Turnpike, and that means opportunities in terms of economic development.
You know, the Turnpike, NTTA, recently had a grand opening, and I thought you did a wonderful job in your remarks, Mayor, about commenting about the number of people that it takes over 45 or 50 years to have a vision and remain committed to that vision. You recognized Ray Neggs, who was a gentleman that lives in our community that was a part of the Loop 9 committee back in 1967 here in Rowlett when the initial vision for this roadway was being talked about. And you think about not only Ray Neggs, but all of the other people here in Rowlett through the many years that had a vision that went way beyond perhaps their lifetime here in Rowlett.
And there were many people, Lynda, that didn't share in that vision. There were many people that said, I don't want that. I moved out to this little town. I don't want, I want to be left alone. And back then it was farmland. I mean, it was really, it was truly farmland.
That's right.
And so we've seen our community grow tremendously, but it was because of the vision that those folks had, that Ray had, and all the others on that committee, along with all the others in the Metroplex, those that served in one way or another, councils, mayors, city managers, of course, public works staff, but all of those folks are really, we owe a deep of course, gratitude to all of those folks for all of the efforts and their vision, of course.
And that was the thing that struck me as several of the speakers spoke at that celebration. When you really think about the coordination that it took from TxDOT, from NTTA that was not NTTA at the time, and all of the cities along the way that had to buy into the vision and then had to figure out where in their community the roadway was going to go. I sat in awe and thought about the real vision that lots of folks had over a long period of time, and aren't we blessed to be the recipients of that great vision. And it really is going to make a tremendous difference to the city of Rowlett. We have talked about for several months now that the only reason you would come to Rowlett is if you were visiting folks, and that our number one tourist attraction were our residents. Well, now we have people coming through our community for the first time and getting to see what we already know, and that's that Rowlett's a great place to live, it's a great place to do business, and we are already seeing lots of opportunities from the development community, inquiries that are legitimate. I think there are things that if we're successful in working with them, that our citizens will be delighted to have in Rowlett.
Well, we have access now.
That's right.
Haven't had access. I've talked about it so much, but we would get passed by in a lot of cases just because we didn't have the access. So they would choose a neighboring city. Mm-hmm. But we've got 1,000 acres of open space ready for development just in the North Shore area alone. We have access off the Turnpike, and to me, that means so much. Especially if you're a developer looking for a piece of property in the community. I think the number one thing that you're looking for is access.
You bet.
And so we definitely have that. We have vacant property. We have nice parcels of land available, and we are truly open for business.
You bet we are.
Let's talk about the library. We're going to give a tour of the library. I love the tour of our facilities. It's amazing when I talk to people how many times they'll say, I've never been there. And my response always, really? Are you kidding me? Because it's such a wonderful facility. So we're going to take a tour of the library. It's about 8 minutes, and Kathy Freiheit and Kathy Lane are going to give us that tour. So let's go to them.
Hi, I'm Kathy Freiheit, Director of Library Services for the Rowlett Public Library.
I'm Kathy Lane, the Library Program Coordinator for the Rowlett Public Library.
You're Kathy?
I am. Who are you?
I'm Kathy.
You can't be. I am.
I'm Kathy.
Well, okay, you be Kathy 1, I'll be Kathy 2.
That works for me.
Okay.
The Kathys would like to welcome you to the Rowlett Public Library and invite you to inside to see what we have.
Kathy, we're here in the children's area. We have a really neat assortment of magazines for the kids. And over here, we're very proud of these computers for children. They've got some great games on them, and the kids just love them. Kathy, even though I work here, I'm busy doing programs. I don't have time to read. What can I do? What do you have here for me?
That's a dilemma for a lot of people. Many of them use audiobooks. If you have a long commute and a CD player in your car, you pop this in and enjoy being read to. I know I certainly spend a lot of time in the car, so this is the way I read many of my books. We have these on fiction topics by fiction authors, as well as nonfiction titles, self-help, self-improvement. There's just a whole variety of audiobooks on CD that folks enjoy. Again, these are a wonderful thing to take with you on a long vacation, to keep children entertained while you travel the miles. And it's great. If you don't have time to read, let somebody read to you.
Excellent. Great to know.
Kathy, here's where we keep the new books. Many of them bestseller titles, new publications, new arrivals that people are on the lookout for. We also have some themed displays here, including great books to start your new year, whether you're resolving to lose weight, get healthier, feel better, cook better, relieve stress, manage your money, or age gracefully. Learn a new hobby, learn a new skill. Kathy, one of our most popular collections, as you well know, are our DVDs. The library has a variety of DVDs, including new Blu-ray format. And in addition to Blu-ray format, we have a pretty awesome collection of foreign films that people enjoy, as well as feature movies and also nonfiction DVDs, exercise, biographies, how to do it, cooking. You just have to browse to really get a good feel for the variety of things that are available. We also have a collection of Spanish language materials. We understand that the community is diverse and we try to meet those needs as well. These books are on a variety of topics and include fiction selections and things like how to do it, Office, Windows, computers, and other topics.
Great.
Western readers. It's just a genre that never goes away. It's always popular, and we are constantly building our Western collection. It also includes some large print titles for those of us who enjoy a little larger type. And we also have a pretty awesome large print collection that is a fiction collection on a variety of authors and interests. Romance readers. They come to the library in great numbers, and romance readers have a lot to choose from here at the library. Lots of fiction authors are here, and when you've read all of this collection, we also have paperback romances around the corner that folks enjoy as well.
This is our PC lab. It's pretty high-tech. It's a very comfortable environment and gets a lot of use.
And it's free.
That's right. Everything in here isn't it?
It is. If you need internet access to check your email, send pictures to your family who might be far away, work on a resume, or just browse the web, surf the web, excuse me.
You could look for a job.
Yes, we actually have a job view link on our PC Lab computers that allow you to search for area vacancies and actually apply for those online as well. A lot of people take advantage of that in this struggling economy. So again, it's free, it's here for your use and to help you in your job search.
You really don't have to subscribe to a lot of magazines, do you?
Or newspapers either.
You can just come right here and just read away.
This is a periodical area for quiet study. We have teen magazines, business newspapers, including things like the Investor's Business Daily, Dallas Business Journal, Wall Street Journal, New York Times. We also have the Dallas Morning News, and like Kathy said, a variety of magazines on any number of topics. Many folks like to come to the library as a relaxing place. If they're waiting for an appointment, waiting to pick somebody up, this is a great place to sit down and read. Our magazines cover everything from the arts, archaeology, cooking, fashion, money, people, and we also have People magazine in Espanol.
Thanks so much for joining us on this library tour. We're so glad to have you, and we hope you'll come to the library just as often as you can. You'd be very, very welcome.
Be sure and get a library card and pick up a programs calendar so that you can be kept up to date on all the library programs and activities and wonderful opportunities to learn and discover and explore your community resource. Thanks. See you at the library.
Well, welcome back. You know, Mayor, unfortunately, you weren't able to attend our recent town hall meeting that was held on January 26th, but we're always delighted by the opportunity to get out and meet with our citizens. We started a format at our last town hall meeting that we repeated this time, and that is kind of a trade show exhibit, if you will. All of the departments line the walls, and they have a table, have a booth. Staff is present, and it's an opportunity for our citizens to see their tax dollars at work, if you will, and really appreciate all of the many elements that it takes to run a city. And so we had a meeting on the 26th, and we had good attendance. We talked about the drought and just generally answered some of the questions that our residents had and what was on their mind.
Well, I love the town hall meetings because it's an opportunity for citizens to come meet the council and be in an environment where they can just have free conversation. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for anyone that wants to attend to partake in that.
Well, great. Well, we'll show you a quick video of how that meeting went in the event you weren't able to attend.
Well, take a glance at all the wonderful information we have here at the library table, including a reminder to be sure and get the smartest card that you'll carry in your wallet. Your library card opens the doors to a world of information.
We showed the city secretary, the city council, and the city manager and how each of them work.
The Parks and Recreation booth.
Lakeside Leisure.
And then down here we have the different bids that have been submitted for what they're going to do at the Scenic Point Park.
What we got here is this is our current water restriction map showing based on the water restrictions on the trash collection days. The other maps are just the water and sewer systems based on age of the systems that we've got. This map shows us how much of the area of the city still has septic systems in it, not on city sewer. This is just our upper pressure plane that's under construction right now to improve the pressure plane up in the upper northwest section of the city. And then we've got our SCADA system running, and then we just got our water master plan, sewer master plans, and some other books for everybody to be able to look at.
This is a display for the planning department, and I have the original map for the Rowlett 2020 process that showed all 13 opportunity areas, and then I have our phase 2 focus areas, which shows the 4 areas that we're focusing in on. I have some handouts with the upcoming meeting dates for our guests to take home with them tonight because we really want the public to be involved, and then just some general information, a zoning map, and some information about the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Adjustment, and the Planning Department as liaison to the boards.
I have information about the Rowlett courts and about our hours of operation. I have information about the finance department.
Well, Mayor, our next stop is a tour of the police station, and we're delighted that Lieutenant Mike McGuff, a 20-year veteran of the Rowlett Police Department, is going to be the host of the tour. And for those of you that don't know, Mike recently graduated from Session 246 of the FBI National Academy.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Mike McGoff. I'm the commander of the Professional Services Division of the Rowlett Police Department, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of the Rowlett Police Department. As you enter the building, you'll come into the lobby and you'll see that you'll have the Police Records Division on your left, and this is where you would come to obtain a crash report or accident report or a criminal offense report or other documentation that we can provide. There is a cost. All the information is located on our website. And then again, as you enter the lobby of the police department, you'll see we have our municipal court to your right. This is where you would pay fines that have been issued to you by the city of Rowlett. And then off straight ahead and then to your right is the actual courtroom. All right, this is our jail facility. We have 9 cells. Prisoners are escorted through this door from the outside. They'll come into the facility here. The detention officers are typically in the cages where they'll conduct the paperwork and all the computer input and data input that needs to be done for the prisoners. They're fingerprinted. We have a fingerprint machine right there. And then after they're booked in, then they'll be placed in one of these cells. And here we are in our 911 communication center where the dispatchers dispatch calls to patrol officers for calls for service. They also dispatch for animal control and also the fire department. In addition to the police records division and municipal courts, we also have additional offices upstairs, which comprises of the Office of the Chief, Professional Standards, Criminal Investigations Division, and Community Services. As you exit the elevator, you'll see immediately to your left, we have the Criminal Investigations Division, and that's where you would contact an investigator assigned to one of your cases if you have a criminal offense that you have reported. Straight ahead and to your left is the Office of the Chief. That's also my office, the Office of Professional Standards. And then over to your right is the Community Services Division, which comprises of health, code enforcement, and community services. This is where you would go for a food permit, for a ride-along, and also VIPS is also housed in here. I hope you'd enjoyed the tour of the Rowlett Police Facility. You can find out more information on the Police Department website at rowlett.com.
And we're back. Let's talk about some of the news that we have, and that's new animal shelter hours. The animal shelter has adjusted its hours to better serve you. We are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from noon to 5. Come and find your new best friend at the Rowlett Animal Shelter located at 4402 Industrial. For more information, you can also call us at 972-412-6219 or go to rowlett.com on the website.
Well, CERT, who is our Rowlett's Community Emergency Response Team, wants to have everybody be reminded that Severe Weather Awareness Week is February 19th through the 25th this year. The purpose of Severe Weather Awareness Week is to encourage citizens to educate themselves and to prepare for severe weather events. Some examples of severe weather include tornadoes, high winds, flooding, severe thunderstorms, and hailstorms. Educational information on severe weather events can be obtained on the National Weather Service website at www.srh.noaa.gov or the Federal Emergency Management Association at www.fema.gov. The Rowlett Citizens Corps Council will sponsor a 2-day community CERT class on Saturday, February 18th and the 25th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. During a natural or man-made disaster, the CERT team assists our fire and police in doing damage assessments, accounting for residents, and securing quick, accessible routes into their neighborhoods. Our team also helps search for missing persons and assists with evacuations, traffic control, courtesy patrols, and city events. The Rowlett area CERT team is actively recruiting residents to be trained in the CERT program, which includes disaster medical operations, light search and rescue, and fire suppression following the FEMA guidelines. This class is open to the public. A course fee of $20 covers disposable materials used in the class. For more information or to register for CERT, please go to rowlettcert.com.
Lynda, can I tell you, the CERT group is just a fabulous organization.
They sure are.
They support our police and fire, and they are wonderful. They are just a wonderful organization to have. You know, we had a situation many years ago, and I'll never forget this, but we had a missing child. This was a child around 13, I believe it was 13 or 14 years old, that ran away from home. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. CERT put out a call because the police and fire were out there on site. 37 people showed up that were trained in search and rescue at I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we went out and searched. I actually participated in the CERT training class. It's a wonderful opportunity if you're interested in learning more about how you can help your community and become more active. This is a great way to do it.
You bet.
So, looking forward to that. And again, you can go to rowlettcert.com for more information. The Rowlett City Council and P&Z meetings in February. The City Council meetings are first and third Tuesdays of every month. In February, the meetings will be held on February 7th and February 21st, and the Planning and Zoning meetings are held the second and fourth Tuesday of every month. In February, the P&Z will meet on February 14th and February 28th. And so, lots of meetings, Lynda.
Yes,
Absolutely
sir.
lots of meetings. Let's talk about the spring enrollment for the Citizens Police Academy.
Well, you know, the class will begin February 23rd and end May 10th with a break during the week of March 12th. All applications must be received by February 17th to ensure a spot in the class. And you know, I hear from lots of citizens that have participated and they love this class. The Rowlett Police Department Citizen Police Academy is the 11-week course. It's 1 night per week that's designed to help citizens better understand what a police officer encounters while on duty. This program is intended for citizens over the age of 21 who live or work in the city of Rowlett. I love it because it gives you an opportunity to meet the fine men and women that are Rowlett police officers and serve on a daily basis to keep our community safe. And I'm delighted anytime you have an opportunity to interact with them and appreciate the great work that they do on a daily basis. So for detailed information on the program, applications, or how to enroll, please contact Officer Baldwin at 972-412-6242 or go to rowlett.com.
And the classes fill up pretty fast.
They
so
sure
if
do.
you're interested, you really need to take advantage of that.
You bet.
You know, it's never too late to start looking forward to December 3rd, 2012. That's right, December 3rd, 2012. It's hard to believe we're talking about that already. But Dart Light Rail will be open in Rowlett. That is exciting.
You know, Mayor, I want to give a shout out to Dart as well as to the Austin Bridge and Road Construction Company. It's hard to believe, but the Dart Light Rail project has been going on for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And during this 2-year period of time, they have had no lost time accidents due to work-related injuries. That is tremendous. So I want to give a huge congratulations to all of the folks at Dart as well as Austin Bridge and Road, all of the employees, because that is a real commitment to safety, a real commitment to doing a quality job, and we are delighted to be partners with them on this program. So wanted to say great job to everybody involved for a job well done.
Well, we are looking forward to that day. Mark your calendars.
You bet.
And you know what amazes me? It shows you what a great organization is when they can provide a date that far out in advance that says, we are going to be open.
You bet.
So that's exciting. Well, that's the end of the show again, Lynda.
It is.
So I want to thank everyone who tuned in today's program to stay in touch with your government. We'd love to hear from you. Please email us or call us with your suggestions or concerns. Thanks to our communications staff, Drew Rist and Denise Perrin, who assisted in today's broadcast. Thank you, guys. You do a great job for us every month. And we look forward to seeing you, our viewers, again next month. So until next time, thanks for joining us for another edition of Rowlett on the Water, on the Move.